Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Joelle Simone Anthony. I'm also known as the Grave Woman, and if this is your first time here, I want to go ahead and ask that you hit the subscription button below as well as liking this video. And if you find this and any other content here on my channel informative, helpful, or interesting, please feel free to share it with at least 3 other people. I'd greatly appreciate it. So what we're doing in this video series is exploring the zodiac signs and talking about ways that the different signs may experience, express, and what they may need when they're grieving. Now, I want to go ahead and give this disclaimer that these are not the only ways, the things that are listed in this video and the other videos that belong to this series are not the only ways that you may see a certain zodiac sign exhibit their grief, but these are pretty basic and common expressions of grief and needs during the grieving journey that these signs may have. Also, this information should not be considered medical information. I'm not a doctor. I am a funeral director, but this is based on my personal observation, study, and research of all of the different zodiac signs. I think that our signs and the study of astrology has a lot to do with the way that we interpret life and express ourselves, especially during the grieving process. If you see me look to the side, it's only because I'm referring to the notes that I've taken. I've done a lot of research and I am reading directly from my notes. I also will list the link for the blog for each of the signs in the description box below, so feel free to check those out. I also encourage everyone to do their own research and learn as much as they can about their sign and the signs of those that they interact with on a regular basis. This video is all about Virgos. Now, Virgos are the 6th sign of the zodiac, and they are earth signs, and they are going to be the most emotionally reserved of all of the signs. Virgos are extremely protected and guarded when it comes to their emotions. And once a Virgo lets you in, if anything happens, they automatically feel betrayed, whether it's a small misunderstanding or something major. They feel betrayed and they immediately shut down. Now, grief causes the normally and seemingly confident Virgo to question themselves and wonder, was I a good enough friend? Was I a good enough daughter? Was I a good enough parent? Was I good enough, period? Those thoughts and feelings come up for the Virgo when they're experiencing grief, because they take loss extremely personally. Virgos find comfort in spending time in cemeteries and other places alone, processing their grief and having conversations verbally with the deceased. So understanding that is one of the ways to support them. Virgos are also very spiritually rooted, so they are more likely to have dreams or visions where they receive messages from the deceased letting them know that they're okay, and that brings comfort to the Virgo. And when a Virgo is experiencing grief, a lot of times it's going to cause them to do a lot of self-reflecting because they're so guarded and emotional. They a lot of times react based on impulse, and when they lose someone or something that means a lot to them, it creates space for them to do a lot of reflection and to think about things. So after a loss, maybe a few months after a loss occurs, Virgos will begin reaching out to old friends or trying to mend fences and just really make things right. The best way to support a Virgo who is experiencing grief is to offer words of comfort and condolences from afar, unless you are someone that they have let into their personal space. Virgos have an inner circle, and they're going to depend on that inner circle to help them through their grieving process, but they don't really want to be bombarded with telephone calls and visits and text messages from those who aren't a part of that inner circle. Now, if you are a part of that inner circle, it's okay to do those things and let your presence be known, and it will be well received. But if you're someone who is not a part of that Virgo's inner circle, you may feel as if your condolences are being pushed off or that you're being shrugged off, and that's not the case. It's just that they're very private people. Repeated phone calls, unsolicited visits, and just overbearing condolence expression is not the way to go with Virgos. Give them their space, and when they're ready to talk and when they open up to you, just be a listening ear. Don't try to tell them what to do, and just let the Virgo process things on their own while you express your concern and your care and your love from afar. You can visit my website, www.thegravewoman.com. The link for the blog that corresponds with this video is listed in the description box below. Please feel free to share this and any other information that you find on this channel with anyone who you think can use it. You can also connect with me on social media at The Grave Woman everywhere. Thank you so much for watching. Live life, love hard, and I'll talk to you next time.